I think something else happens, but I stopped writing because they didn't even say that was the season finale, and now I'm pissed off because we're already on episode 16, and I don't know when this shit's ending because I want to. I'm done. I'm just so
I know.
done. Welcome to We Wine Whenever. Grab your glass and join three Jersey Shore housewives, Wendy, Kelly, and Lori, as they dive into everything from Bravo drama to life's everyday chaos. It's unfiltered, it's hilarious, and it's the real talk you've been waiting for, from relationship to pop culture. We drink wine whenever, and we hope you do too. Don't forget to subscribe and give us a 5-star review. Cheers! Hi, welcome to We Wine Whenever. I'm Wendy.
I'm Kelly.
We are talking about The Valley, Season 3, Episode 16, Balls Voyage, which is a great title for this one.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
But before we get into that, I'd like to ask everyone, if you haven't done it already, please head over to YouTube and hit subscribe, and then head over to Instagram and follow us. And tell all your friends to go to Instagram and follow us, and then Facebook and the others. And if you have already, thank you. We start out with Nia and Danny. They're talking about what happened on the birthday trip, and Nia's talking about that this is her first time judging the Miss USA. And she's a little bit worried about what she's going to wear because, and I get it, first of all, that's a big deal.
Yes.
And she's still postpartum and she's not, and she's not, she doesn't have anything to wear. So I understand that. And they're talking
I'm
about,
sorry. Real quick, before we get into the episode, did you see that obviously it came out that Jax is dating their ex-publicist?
my gosh, yes, how did I forget to bring that up?
But listen, I want listeners to please weigh in here. Does anybody care who he's dating? Does anybody care that it's their old publicist? I mean, Brittany's making it like they were good friends. Whatever. You dated somebody else publicly on the show. Are you like looking for your Ariana and Ciara moment? Because you're not getting it. Like cameras picked back up. Who cares?
I know. That's crazy. That's the crazy part,
Nobody
is that cameras
cares.
picked back up. Yeah, nobody cares. I completely agree with you. I mean, yes, she was Brittany's publicist. Well, shame on you, Brittany. I mean, this came out 2 years ago that those two were together. And if you didn't see
Exactly.
it, I mean, shame on you.
Why are
I
we even
know.
talking about it? Nobody cares who Jax is dating.
No, nobody does care. Nobody does care. And by the way, that's the other thing I can't believe I wrote off. I'm so aggravated that this is only episode 16 and it's not the finale, and that we're going to have at least another episode, and they didn't say that that one was the finale. And now we got to have the cameras picked back up. For what?
Exactly. Like I mean, are they just trying to save the show? Like because Lala
I
and
don't
Janet
know.
have ruined it? Maybe that's what they're trying to do, but it's not landing. End it. Just end it.
I know. Listen, I'm disappointed because honestly, I really liked the show. I was really here for this show. I wanted to see their story. I wanted to see them become adults. I wanted to see them have families. But we spent all season talking about Danny and Nia, and I'm so over it.
Over it.
So
So
over it.
over it.
Jasmine and her mom, Karen, they go shopping for wedding dresses, and Zach and Brittany are there and one of Jasmine's friends. And I liked this. I did like the scene a lot.
Me too.
Zach
Me too.
said that he's been, there for Jasmine forever, and she was looking for love, and he's seen her with all the wrong people. And Jasmine's mom said, you know what, she used to pray for Jasmine to find a good man. And then she just prayed for someone to make her happy. And then Melissa came into her life. So I love this. I love that her mom has been there for her and supported her this whole time. Everyone who knows Michelle, Jasmine, and Melissa all say that they are perfect for each other.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I love that.
One lace dress that she put on, like Tess was in the room with me and it was see-through, but it, of course there was like an underlying,
Yeah,
piece of material, but she looked amazing in that dress.
she
And I
did.
meant to look up her wedding pictures to see what dress she wound up with. I don't know if it was that one, but man, she looked amazing in that dress.
I actually wrote that down too. And when she put on the lace one, that's when she started crying. But
Yeah.
I thought she looked amazing in all of them. But I
Yes.
totally agree with you. The lace one is the one that really, yeah,
I mean, her
I totally
body's
agree with you.
unbelievable, so.
Yeah. Then we see Kristen and Luke at their house, and Luke is admitting that partying 3 days in a row really kicked his butt. And,
Yeah.
Kristen is so here for that finally at 34. Like, because she's so
She's
much
like, "That's
older than
music
him.
to my ears."
Yes, exactly. Exactly. And they're talking about what Jesse told Kristen, and they're still trying to work that out. Listen, I think they're gonna work it out. I don't
I
know that we
think
have to
they're
keep
gonna
talking
work it
about
out,
it.
and I can't believe the heat people are bringing on Luke for voicing what he's voicing. Like, these are valid concerns he has.
I don't think Luke said anything wrong.
He
I don't think Luke
didn't.
said anything wrong.
They've seen a lot of people get divorced, having the baby change their lives. These are all facts, people.
Right.
If there are people out there acting like having children didn't change the dynamic of their marriage, they're lying. You're
I
lying to
totally agree.
yourself and everybody else. Of course, having children changes the dynamic of your relationship. You have another person there to care for, to give your attention to. I mean,
I mean,
he's
Luke
just
even
speaking
yeah,
facts.
he's speaking facts. Even in his confessional, he said, "Listen, this is not the best version of me either.
Mhm. Mhm.
I'm a different person right now than when I asked Kristen to marry me. I don't want to start a marriage like this. I want us to be in a better place. I want to be a better me. I want us to be like there's nothing that he's saying is wrong. It's
No, and think
smart."
about the age of their baby right now.
Right. Right.
They're still in the where your head is spinning and you're like, "I don't know what time it is. I don't I don't know what day it is." Like, they're still in it. They're getting to the point where they're gonna be out of it, but and this is their first child, like, Nia and Danny, this is their 4th, like, plus they had twins, like,
Right.
yikes. That's a lot of
Yeah.
work.
It's a lot of
And
work.
Kristen
It's a
says,
lot of
like,
work.
"What's going on is temporary." And it is temporary.
And he sees that. He's just saying, "I don't wanna do it right now." He's not
Of
saying he doesn't wanna
course.
do it ever. Right.
Of course. I can't believe the heat he's
So
getting online.
I can't either. So then we go to Lala's house, and little Sosa is there in her little lion costume. Oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's so cute.
She really is.
And her brother Easton is there, and I guess they're talking about her dog Lily. So she's had Lily since she was 20. And the dog is really sick, and she's gonna have to make some decisions as to what's gonna happen with the dog, which I get it. That's an emotional thing for people, especially for someone like her who, she's been, sober now for 7 years, 7 years sobriety. And this dog was with her when she was not sober and when she was sober and when her father passed. And so this dog has been by her side for a long time.
He's like an
I
emotional
get it.
support dog at this point.
Yeah, I totally get it. I totally get it. But then Kristen comes over and, listen, I don't like the way that Lala comes in for Kristen. That she tries to, in my opinion, you know, I feel like she tries to bully her into turning on Nia and Danny. That's what I feel. I know that sounds harsh, but that's what I feel like she's doing.
Well, I agree with you. And when Kristen said, Lala says Danny's not a good drinker. Listen, we couldn't agree with you more. But when
Right.
Kristen said maybe it's not the alcohol, maybe it's reactionary to everybody else. It is reactionary to everybody else.
Right.
We didn't see any of this in season 1. When nobody was coming for Danny and the alcohol, we didn't see any of this behavior from
No.
Danny.
No.
It is reactionary. It is bringing out not a great side
Mhm.
of him. And yes, he's snapping at his wife because when you're faced with stress, you normally take it out on the people you're closest to. And he's stressed the
100%.
fuck out because people are, insinuating that he has SA'd someone, let alone a friend. It's just ridiculous. And they're not letting up. Lala at his birthday, I'm sorry, for anyone who doesn't think she was coming at him from every angle, I don't know what you were watching.
No, I
She was, like,
totally agree.
slithering up like a snake every scene,
I totally
trying
agree.
to get a reaction out of.
Mhm. And then she says, "I'm celebrating my 7 years of sobriety. I would really like for you to come." And we know we'll get there later. Then we see Michelle at her house, and her dad is there with Isabella. I really love seeing that scene.
I did too. I did too. Did you see him look right at the camera?
I did. I did. I
He
did.
seems very sweet, her dad.
Yeah. I love that the next thing we see is Danny, he's cleaning up and getting ready for everyone to come over to his house.
What a douchebag, huh? What a douchebag how he's all
I know,
cleaning up and
I know.
taking care of the house while Nia's away.
But I like that in his confessional, he admits that, like, he likes to be taken care of and, like, not having Nia there for him after this procedure, like, he's got anxiety over that, and there's nothing wrong with that. Like, if this is what
There's
you're
nothing
used
wrong
to,
with that. No.
right?
Yeah. This is their dynamic. This is what works for them. Nia knows her husband, Danny knows his wife. They have strengths, they have weaknesses, and they're both very accepting of both.
Exactly.
The end.
Exactly.
The end.
Exactly. So, it was Luke, Jesse, and Tom, they all come over. I was actually surprised that Zach wasn't there, to be quite honest with you.
I was thinking the same thing.
I don't know why he wasn't.
Wait, maybe
Not
he
re
was at Lala wasn't he at Lala's dinner? Or no?
Well, yes, he was.
He was at Lala's dinner, right?
So, it must have
I
been the
mean, I
same
don't know if they definitely yeah, because Nia wasn't there. So it was
Yeah,
probably maybe the same night?
La okay, yes. Alright, that makes perfect sense then. Yes, he
But I
was
was
at
thinking
Lala's
the same
dinner.
thing, yeah.
Yeah, he was at Lala's dinner. So then Jesse asks Danny, like, h he was how it was in Mexico, and Jesse said, I ended up talking to Janet at the end, and she was very vulnerable with me, and she started talking about a past trauma, and Jesse said, why she didn't bring this up before, I don't know, like, I said that to her, and, like Danny said, and we said the same thing, like, it's just a little convenient that now all of a sudden, like, this is coming up, and why? Like,
Well,
just why?
listen, and I wanna go back to the point that when Janet first brought up Danny drinking in the pantry, her concern was the fact that he was hiding alcohol. It was about Danny's drinking. It was never about her feeling unsafe being in a pantry with Danny.
Exactly.
It
Exactly.
was about him sneaking and drinking secretively.
Mhm.
Now it's all about her not feeling safe. Real quick, Tess was watching this with me. So when they were flashing back to Lala coming at Danny at his birthday, Tess told me that Lala said she was Tupac reincarnated on Vanderpump Rules. Do you remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I didn't remember that. So that's why
Mhm.
people are calling her Timu Tupac, which I think is fucking funny. But no white girl should ever say they're Tupac reincarnated. That's a ridiculous thing for her to say. She's so dumb. All right. That's all I had. But yeah, the convenience of Janet. Listen, if this happened to Janet, I feel terrible. It's a terrible, terrible thing. But for 2 years, the narrative was that you were uncomfortable with the fact that Danny was secretively drinking in the pantry. It was never about anything more than that. Now, all of a sudden, it's about this.
Exactly.
And, when she was telling the story, I didn't clock this either, but people are calling it out on social media. And I'm not calling her a liar. I'm not saying she's lying about what happened to her. But she did in one sentence, she said that she told Jason in their first year of marriage that this happened to her. And then a year ago, in another sentence, she says a year ago, working with a therapist, she realized that it was an inappropriate thing that happened to her. So she kind of, it seemed, I'm not saying it, I've just been seeing it online that people are saying that there are like some holes in what she's
Inconsistencies.
saying. Inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. No, I get it. Then we see Zach takes Danny to his procedure the next morning, and we find out that the nurse has to shave his area. And I love that Zach offered to go in there with him and hold his hand.
Yeah. But they were like, nope,
Nope. I
can't
mean,
do that.
Danny got nitrous to get the procedure done. It literally took 7.5 minutes to get it done, and I
Crazy.
loved that the doctor was making jokes about it, asking if he
You
wanted to
want me to
make it
make this
bigger.
bigger? But it didn't seem like he didn't totally go under,
No, you
right?
don't go under. Like I said, it's a simple procedure. You don't go
Well,
under.
now in the after show, he says it took 10 days to recover. So I looked it up because
I
I'm
mean,
like, all right, is he just talking smack? But so a vasectomy recovery typically takes about 1 to 2 weeks. You should plan for 24 to 48 hours of complete rest and avoid heavy lifting, strenuous exercise, and sexual activity for at least 1 week. So, yeah. I
Again, I
guess
mean, 10
it
days,
says resuming
we
full activities 2 weeks, so
yeah, it's way less than a C-section, is way less than it's way less than all of that.
yeah. And I'm sure the first couple of days are the most painful, and then it's just an inconvenience more than anything.
Right.
I don't know. I never had one.
N Me neither, me neither.
I have had a C-section too, and they suck.
Haven't had one of those either. So then Lala's 7th sober birthday, and Zach, Jasmine, Brittany, Michelle, Kristen, and Janet are all there for her, which I actually really like that. I did like that she had so many people there supporting her.
Yes.
And she gets there and she announces that they're also gonna celebrate Lily because she's made the decision, I guess, of what's gonna happen with Lily. And so this is gonna be a celebration of her 7 years sober and of Lily's, life. Then they have to bring up Mexico to Kristen. Like,
Because we haven't talked about it enough.
I
We
know,
haven't suffered through enough episodes yet.
I know. It's just like, can we just like, how many times do we have to talk about this? And also, we talk about Zach following Janet at the airport and then unfollowing her. And he says, well, he
Like, who
only followed
cares?
her because he lost a bet. And he said that he didn't want to follow her. He's maintained that he only wants to take baby steps with Janet. I'm just like, all right, I am
And
so,
Janet says to Michelle, "I'm so happy that you and Lacey were getting along," and shut up.
I know,
You were all
I
over
know.
that shit last season when Michelle didn't wanna get along with Lacey. You were like, you know,
Exactly.
looking her up,
Exactly.
looking up her Joe fees, like a psycho, Janet, like a psycho.
Yep.
And this is who
I mean,
Lala's riding hard for.
Janet's the one who brought it out about Lacey, auditioning to be on The Housewives. I mean, that was all
Absolutely.
Janet. That was
Yep.
all Janet. So then Lala says, "Kristen, at what point can we just not let things go and you move forward with Janet?" And Kristen's like, "Listen, I don't trust her. I just don't trust her. This is not the Janet that I met." And
Right. You like to hurt people and be mean to people, and that's not someone I wanna be friends with.
and then Janet's like, "Okay, well then if this group is shattered, it's not my fault. It's because Kristen won't move forward." Okay, what?
It's so
Meanwhile,
funny.
Jasmine's there with her worry stone. And I think does she hand it to Zach? And they're both like sharing the worry stone. And I'm like, oh my God, I need a worry stone at this point. I am so sick of this conversation.
I
I am
actually have
so
one.
sick of it.
I have one right here.
You
Just got
do?
me one. I swear to God.
Where's your worry
So,
stone? Okay, there you go. That's so funny. I mean, honestly, we all need a worry stone if we have to keep
we all
talking about this.
I
We
totally agree
do.
with you. And
We
then
do.
this I wanted to reach through the TV and smack Lala. She says in her confessional that Kristen saw how Janet got treated online for going against
Yes.
Nia and Danny, and that's why Kristen won't. That is complete bullshit. People haven't liked Janet since season 1. The fans don't like Janet because she was a stalker. And the fans don't like Janet because they know that Jax wanted to take Nia and Danny down, and Janet jumped right on that bandwagon. That is not a normal person. That is not a normal person. She's not a normal person.
Oh, she's not.
She's
I
married
totally
to
agree with
one,
you.
but she's not one. This is why people don't like Janet. It's got nothing to do with her disagreeing with Nia and Danny. That's
Lala said
crazy.
she's living in the comments. That's why she's acting this way because of fans' comments. I'm like, that's bullshit. If you know
Kristen
anything about Kristen,
Ex I mean, listen,
that'd be yeah.
I
No.
wasn't always a big fan of Kristen, I certainly am now, but
None
that
of
girl
us were.
never
Who
cared
was?
about what people thought of her. She didn't care about what the people on the show thought about her. She didn't care about what the fans thought about her. She didn't care.
No. No. Totally agree. I totally agree. Then
Kristen
we
says,
get to
"My
go
group's not shattered."
Yep. And she's right. Her group isn't
She's
shattered.
right. Her group's totally fine.
Then it's Jasmine and Melissa's engagement party. The place looks amazing. I really think Brittany did a beautiful job.
She did. She really did.
Lala gets there and she's like, it's really weird. Like when normally I go to these things for straight couples, I'm always thinking in the back of my mind, like, how long is this going to last? But I really feel like with Jasmine and Melissa, like this is like the real deal, which is really kind of the most backhanded compliment. Like, what?
So tell me again how she isn't projecting her own relationship bullshit onto
Right.
Nia and Danny. Like,
Right.
you go to a lesbian engagement party and you're like, "This is gonna last forever," and then you go to a
Right.
straight guy and a straight girl's engagement party and you think this isn't gonna last. That's fucked up.
It is. It really is.
Holy
When she said that,
cow.
I'm just like shaking my head. I'm like, what are you talking about?
And then in the next breath, she's like, "I haven't gotten a straight answer from Zach and Kristen as to what Janet has done to them for not to forgive her." Kristen told you she doesn't trust her and she thinks she's a mean person. She told you that. She doesn't first of all, she doesn't owe you any explanation. She gave you one, and that's that.
Right.
End it.
No, I know.
As Dolores would say, "It's none of your business."
So Lacey is asking Kristen, how was the party last night with Janet? And, she's like, well, she's trying to tell her. Meanwhile, Jesse is telling them that Janet asked, Jesse asked Janet, like, what has Danny ever done to you? Like, and that's the whole point. So Kristen is saying that they're coming at me because I don't want to make up with Janet, but they're not accepting my answer, which is I just don't trust her. But yet she's going after Danny when she cannot validate, Janet can't validate anything that Danny has ever done to her. Because Jesse point blank said to her, like, what has Danny ever done to you?
Right. And
And
she can't
that's when
answer.
she talked about, right, she talked about, like, what happened to her. But it's not
Right.
that what Danny did, it's what happened
Right.
to her.
Right. And it
I'm
took
just
2
like,
years for that
"Ugh."
to trigger her.
Right. Right. And then Jason's over sitting there on the couch with his leg up, and Zach goes over and is like, "Oh, I guess this is like the infirmed couch because of Zach and his head injury." Janet then goes over to Jesse and says, like, she was really glad that, she had a good time with him in Mexico, and that she also admits she really likes Lacey. And, you know, Janet said, like, maybe we can plan a double date soon. And Jesse's like, let's take baby steps. And, in his confessional, he's like, listen, like, I know what you're doing.
Mhm.
Like, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna listen to you, but I know what you're doing.
Mhm.
And we all know what you're doing, Janet.
Every single one of us. He doesn't think she's sincere, and neither do we.
I know. And Kristen doesn't trust her either. And neither do we. We don't trust Janet either. So then Zach does this wonderful toast. I mean, honestly, I don't even remember. I didn't write down everything he said, but basically he said he's never seen Jasmine happier. They all love Melissa. And I love that Zach just like speaks from the heart. And I really like, he's very genuine about what he
And
has to
he
say.
said that when Melissa came into our lives, he said, which I thought was very sweet,
Yes.
he saw the best
Yeah.
version of Jasmine.
Jasmine. Mhm.
I mean, listen, that's all we want in a partner, right? To bring out the best side of us.
Absolutely. And then we get the bad news that this is not the last episode.
Wait, how about how bombed Melissa was? She's like, "Thanks for everybody
Oh
coming
my
to the
god.
birthday."
Oh
I
my god, that
mean,
was so funny. That was so funny. And Jasmine was trying to hold her up. I actually and I was thinking about it.
that's okay, everybody. That's okay that
It was
she,
fine.
it was totally fine. It's total
I
listen,
loved
all this group does is drink together. So,
what they
if
do.
you don't wanna be around poor behavior, don't go to a setting where certain people are gonna be drinking. It's kinda easy. It's
Exactly.
kind of easy to do.
Exactly. I loved Melissa's outfit. I don't know if you remember what she had on.
Yes.
I
It
loved
was
it. I thought she
pants,
looks
right? Pants and then
yeah, she
the
had on
yeah.
pants. Yes, and like a what is the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, I don't know that Lori you and Lori know the
I know,
names
and
of
I can't think of
clothes,
it.
I don't. It
Anyway,
had a
it was
big
beautiful.
collar.
No, it was, there was no collar.
It was
There was no
what is
collar.
that? It was like
Strapless.
a
It was strapless. It was strapless, and it had like almost like a peplum on it
peplum, that's
at the
something.
waist. Yes. No, it was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful. So then we find out next time on the Valley, Brittany does a photo shoot for her mommy makeover. Jesse and Michelle sit down, and it looks like they're talking about the divorce documents. And Zach and Benji are talking about getting married, and Benji mentions again that kids are a non-negotiable, and I think something else happens, but I stopped writing because they didn't even say that was the season finale, and now I'm pissed off because we're already we're already on episode 16, and I don't know when this shit's ending because I'm done. I'm just so
I know.
done.
Listen, I could not agree with you more. Could not agree with you
I'm
more.
just
Now,
so
did you watch
done.
the after show?
I may have. Did you watch
Okay,
it?
so I did, and I just happened to be sitting here and I took some notes. So I'll just
Okay,
go
good.
through them real quick. Because some of it's a little interesting. So Danny did say it took 10 days for him to recover from his vasectomy. He also said he is porn free for 6 years. So
I did
as
see that.
Zach and Jasmine are calling bullshit and saying that even looking at a Victoria's Secret magazine is looking at porn, which I don't agree. Nia insinuates that they have made their own tapes, and that's what he uses, I guess, in the
They
moments where he needs to be alone.
Yes, I did see that.
Hey, God bless. Jasmine talks about how her mom was so accepting of her and Melissa, and she had told her in high school that she was dating a girl, and her mom was like, "All right, cool, as long as you're happy." Then Zach talks about his when he came out, and he said his parents had suspicions. First, he came out to a girl he had just met, and he wrote it on a napkin at a Panera, and he pushed it over to her, and then he started bawling, and she read it and hugged him. And then when he told his best friend Emily, she said, "Well, I wasn't sure. I thought you were either going to tell me you got somebody pregnant or you were gay." And then after that, his mom questioned Emily because Zach came home with a friend from college and they were like wrestling, but they weren't romantically involved. And then his mom asked his best friend Emily if he was gay. And she was like, "Oh, I don't know." So then she called Zach and she's like, "Your mom knows." So he wrote his parents a 3-page letter, dropped it off at the house, went back to school, but he wrote, "Don't call me, just text me, because this is too stressful." And they text him the next day and said, "We love you no matter what." And then his dad joined an LGBTQT plus. Did I get it right?
No,
Damn
no.
it. Every time. Go ahead, take it away.
LGBTQ plus IA.
I always
That's okay.
switch the Q and T.
I
But
know.
that HR group at his own company that he worked at, which was
Mhm.
amazing. And then Jasmine, I didn't know this about her. She was a Jets cheerleader. And when
I
she
didn't
was
know
a
that
Jets
either.
cheerleader, only 2 people knew she was bisexual. Then when she went to cheer for the Dallas Cowboys, nobody could know. And then she moved to San Francisco. So I'm just assuming she's cheering for the 49ers, but I looked it up. It was for the Golden State Warriors. But everybody was totally fine with it there and it was totally accepted.
'Cause Texas is too red.
Too right wing.
Red.
Which
Mhm.
is pretty ridiculous. Like,
Stupid, it's so stupid, the whole
just
thing is
can
stupid.
we just
Right.
please let people live? Yeah.
Yeah.
So then Kristen's talking about how she's not interested in a friendship with Janet. Janet says her goal was to go in calm. And then Kristen says that when they were trying to talk, she would bring up like Zach, Nia, and Danny, and Janet was like, "I'm not here to talk about them." And Kristen was like, "Well, that's what this is, though. Like, they're my friends. This is who I'm coming up for." So and then Janet says, this was so funny. Things went south with them during Kristen's breakup with the ex. And then
Well,
when
yeah.
she and Jason got engaged and married. And she was talking to Kristen all the time. And then Kristen would stayed at her house when they went on their honeymoon. And Janet didn't like the way she treated their home. There was dog poop and vomit all over the house, and she drank her wine. And that was the final straw for Janet. And she had to put a boundary up, and as soon as she put a boundary up, Kristen was her enemy. Now, whatever. I don't even care enough to even comment on that, Janet.
Nope. I agree.
And then she brought up how Kristen went after Michelle in season 1, and she wants the same grace that everyone gave to Kristen after that. Whatever. That was pretty much it, though. Like, Jasmine talked about where they want to have kids, and she always wanted to raise her kids in Jersey, but she's been in California for 10 years. Her parents are now in North Carolina. She still has a brother in Jersey, and Melissa's whole family are there. are here. And
Yeah.
listen,
Yeah,
Jersey's
exactly.
expensive as hell, but it is a great place to raise your family. We have all 4 seasons and we love it.
So, Melissa's gonna carry the baby, is that correct? Is that what she said?
I
Because 'Cause they're
don't know if they
trying
got
now.
into that, did they?
No, I thought she did say that we're trying now.
Okay. I know she said, like, she wants a lot of kids.
Yeah, I think that I'm almost positive that she said something like, "We're trying now," and I think Melissa's gonna carry the but I say they're trying now. She specifically said, "We haven't decided how we're gonna do it."
Right, because they were talking about how fabulous Zach's sperm would be, quality sperm, but she doesn't
Right,
wanna have a
right,
kid with somebody she knows, and I don't blame her. I think
right,
that's very
right,
smart. Like, listen, obviously what Lala did was a very smart move.
definitely, and I recommend that people do that. I definitely recommend people do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but I get the impression that it's gonna be Melissa that carries the baby, and I
She
don't
might be a
know
little bit
why.
younger, Melissa, right?
Oh, well, then that would make sense, yeah.
Maybe, yeah. And then it ends with, Michelle saying that Zach and Jasmine unfollowed her. Well, I wonder why Jasmine unfollowed. Oh, because of that whole thing with Brandon and yeah, whatever. I like Michelle. I mean, I don't know what their beef is with her, but they love Lacey. That could
I
be what their
know.
beef is. I mean, Zach really loves Lacey. Every interview I see him and
And
he's like, "I love her."
Kristen loves Lacey too, and Kristen and Jesse are very close.
Yes.
Kristen and Jesse became very close after the first season when Kristen yelled out, "Well, everybody knows that she has a boyfriend." Like, after
Yeah.
that, the next season, Kristen and Jesse, like, they sat down and, like, they buried the hatchet.
I mean, listen, I don't know why Kristen said that, but it does lead you to believe that maybe Aaron was in the picture like Jesse's been saying all along. But, Michelle's maintaining it was listen, at this point, it doesn't
It
matter.
doesn't
You're
matter.
divorced, you have a
No.
beautiful little girl. It's
Right.
very difficult for people to let go of the past. I mean, I'm guilty of it myself, but in this respect, for your daughter, just who cares?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter
And
anymore.
I do believe what Michelle says now is that it's not even that she misses Jesse, because like, Jesse and her weren't good together. She's just sad about the loss of the family unit and to watch him give Lacey everything that she was looking for, which I get that. Like, makes total sense. Makes
I
total
totally
sense.
agree. I mean, we just said it in the last episode we did, most people I know who've gotten divorced, like, they don't miss their ex, they miss the family unit being together, they don't wanna miss
Mhm.
time with their kids, clearly Jesse and Michelle are 50-50. I mean, it doesn't seem like one has Isabella any more than the other one. That is one thing, but for what I really feel for Michelle with what she said about him being so affectionate with Lacey, and that's all she ever wanted. That breaks my heart for her.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. So
Yeah, I
hopefully
like
she's
her though.
getting that with Dr. Dre. Although I do think that that age difference is gonna be an issue, but listen,
Well,
enjoy it
not
while
only
you
the
can. Just
age
enjoy it.
different, but not only the age difference, but from what I read, and this is all allegedly, he was a bit aggressive in his prior relationships.
Oh,
Allegedly.
well, I don't like that.
Not like
Let's hope.
not like Diddy level, not kicking her in a
Okay.
fucking hotel hallway into an elevator and nobody stopping it when there's cameras everywhere. Those people should be in jail for letting that happen,
No, but how
but
do you
not
really
to
feel
that
about that?
level.
Kelly, you so
Let's do another
right.
Diddy episode because if you didn't listen to ours before, we've done a two-part special on Diddy. That fucking guy.
Ooh, she's popping off
I
today.
know, I didn't even drink tonight. This is all water. Don't get me on the Diddy thing.
I won't. I won't. I will not get you on the Diddy thing. All right. So I think that's it for the Valley, right? Until next week, season 3, episode 17 is coming next. Thank you for watching and listening. Please subscribe and give us 5-star reviews. Bye.
Bye.